Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Economic Empowerment Podcast. And now I just want to, because I just had an interview with a Yale student that will probably get posted sometimes in the next like a couple weeks because of he needs to get an internship and stuff like that. He just don't want it to go public right now. So I'll just basically summarize what I have learned from that interview. So the first thing that I've learned is that there are a lot of things that the economic empowerment needs to do in the United States, specifically in the areas that is mainly surrounding education. And I think over the past couple of days, I've been traveling around the Northeast, and education is one word that have been heard so far the most. And he was the valedictorian in his previous college back in China. So he was like, it is more fair to have a system that is judged by one test because then you can have opportunities to rise up into those top colleges. But in the United States, it's less possible to do so because for lower socioeconomic classes, they are not be able to do, let's say, the same activity as some of the more privileged, thus causing them not having a really full-fledged application. There are people who are hiring consultants to get into colleges, which all the lower socioeconomic class will never be able to do so. And even in the SAT, there are SAT tutors that charges 100 $200 an hour, and it is extremely unfair for those who are in the lower socioeconomic class because they will not be able to get the same type of competition advantage. In fact, they'll be disadvantaged because of their socioeconomic class. And if that is the case, that education's channel is extremely blocked. So that causes a lot of problem because only the higher socioeconomic classes staying in that cycle and preventing the lower socioeconomic class from entering. And I think that is something that needs to be remedied in order to actually empower people in the United States economically. Because at the end of the day, not everyone can be leaders. And that is just one general truth that we all know. But when you have a certain group of leaders that just basically maintains the power and the workers will never become a leader, that's when problems starts to arise. So that's why there needs to be like medias and stuff like that put more emphasis on topics such as this one and try to rethink of ways that we can do to remedy the whole situation about how the consolidation of socioeconomic classes, because to me that creates the most split because different socioeconomic classes have different backgrounds, different stories shaping their worldviews. I think that's one of the main reasons why the United States has become so divided because there isn't too much in common that can be united. You go down to Los Angeles, you can see that there are people living in Beverly Hills in like one of the most fanciest mansions, but there are also people struggling and homeless on the street. It's basically polar opposite living in the same city. So how can there be unity when all you can see is division? So there needs to be something done to this. And I'm not sure what to do yet, but because I'm still in the process of exploring. But I do see there is a necessity that this is something that needs to be done. The system has to be shuffled in a way that liquidate the socioeconomic class. And that's just my own view and my own summarization of the interview that happened yesterday, which I'll publish, which I think is one of the most well-conducted ones I have done because it's the first real life one. So I'm really excited to share that with you guys.